Naperville, get ready to experience the perfect blend of taste and togetherness. This Sunday, December 8th, the Yellow Box Cafe reopens its doors to you. From yummy cappuccinos to our signature creamy yogurt smoothies, every sip tells a story. Don't miss our velvety pastries and the crowd favorite lemon zinger refreshers. Step in for the aroma, stay for the vibe. Join us this Sunday and let's make every cup a moment worth sharing. Yellow Box Cafe, we're brewing conversations and connections.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show.
Join us for the GSA Global Millets Expo on April 11th and 12th, 2025, hosted by Purdue University College of Agriculture Department of Food Sciences in collaboration with the Global Strategic Alliance, USA, and the Global Eye International Institute for Leadership, taking place at the Purdue University campus at West Lafayette, Indiana. This exciting event unites farmers, food producers, industry leaders, and innovators from the USA and India to celebrate and explore the incredible potential of millets, supergrain. Showcase your millet products, set up an exhibit booth, and connect with partners who share a vision for healthier, sustainable food solutions. Don't miss this opportunity to network, discover new markets, and gain valuable industry insights. Register now as a delegate to secure your spot and be part of this transformative event in sustainable agriculture. For more details, email us at gsaglobalmilletsexpo@gmail.com. See you there.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP podcast that reaches 42 million households, including 2 million households across North America. Today, our guest on the show is a very unique personality, a person who has the passion to make a difference in people's lives who are suffering from loss of limbs, a style icon, a creative artist, a very different personality who is moved to make a difference in today's world. As the CEO and founder of Quantum Prosthetics and Orthotics in Justice, Illinois, with 7 centers in Munster, Rockford, Illinois, Munster, Indiana, Rockford, Illinois, and in Las Vegas, he is creating waves among the prosthetic industry. Today, you're going to meet the personal side and the professional side of a very unique personality, Vikram Chowdhary, the founder and CEO of Quantum Prosthetics and Orthotics, a man who's making a difference in people's lives by manufacturing artificial limbs. In his own words, he called it limbs with a heart. Sit back and enjoy this podcast.
Hello everyone, my name is Vikram Chaudhary. I'm the president of Quantum Prosthetics and Orthotics. Essentially it's quantum clinics, which comprises of 3 practices right now. One is in Chicagoland area, one is in Rockford, then we have Munster area, and also we are just starting off in Las Vegas and Nevada area. We at Quantum Clinics fit patients with prosthetic devices. It could range anywhere from lower extremity to upper extremities, and also with the bracing for the weakness of the limbs. We have a staff of ABC certified clinicians. We a lot of work with veterans and Hispanic communities, and we're also involved with a massive event which is celebration of amputees, and it's in the form of a fashion show that we do 2 to 3 times every year, and that is just to boost the morale of the patients, and they look at life in a different perspective than just being fit with the prosthesis and walking with the prosthesis. So at Quantum Clinics, we pride ourselves in patient care, patient satisfaction, and also follow-up of their prosthetic orthotic devices. In terms of prosthetics, we are pretty known for high-end prosthetics, which is more advanced myoelectric arm prosthesis like this hand you're seeing here, and also with microprocessor-based ankle and foot. What these devices do is almost think for the patient. So we're trying to bring the gap as close as possible from artificial to a real prosthetic device. We have been seeing patients in this area for quite some time, and we're also starting to develop a 3D printed technology where the patient's limb can be produced the same day. So the patients come in, we start fabricating their prosthetic limbs, and within the same day they'll be walking on their prosthetic devices. We also have a division of outreach for Quantum Clinics, which focuses predominantly on patients who don't have insurances. We will try to raise funds and also get all the prosthetic components donated to us so we can help those patients who are in need but don't have proper insurance. And a lot of times we get denials from the insurance where they would not cover the devices, but we have been lucky enough and thankful enough to be able to provide those services for the patients.
Way to go. He is strutting his stuff. He is also wearing Armani today. Okay, JCPenney, got it. Let's give it up for Cliff. Oh, he's ready to party. Watch out. There we go, there we go. Cliff is in the house. He's got some moves. I must say, that's a hard act to follow, Jerry, man. I don't know. Let's give it up for our dance master right here. Uh-oh. We got the wild one coming out. Dale, dale. Come on, let's put your hands together, Kelly. To dance to. Someone go out there and help him. He's a dance partner. Let's give it up for Aliyah. He's a magic salsa dancer. You gonna see some moves today? There we go. Dale, Ali, dale. There it is. Hey, who needs a runway? They just made a dance floor. That's right. Let's give it up for Aliyah. Take another spin.
Harsh on the beat.
Eyewitness News at 5 from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson will join us in just a few minutes. Plus, a local company helps a Winnebago man walk again. The prosthetic, that's a first for the area. A Winnebago man is able to walk again thanks to a local company. It's all due to a prosthetic that's a first of its kind to be made in the state line. Drea Baroni learned more about the new technology helping amputees. Drea?
Yeah, Mimi, this afternoon I stopped by Northern Prosthetics and Orthopedics. It's a facility that's been in the state line for over 50 years. As technology's evolved, they have too, providing their patients with the most up-to-date care. Now, one of their patients, Kendall Ford, is the first out of the facility, and they say the entire Rockford area to receive a 3D printed prosthetic.
Our goal is to help people in and around Rockford to have access to the best technology that's out there in the world. So, it should be as easily accessible as somebody in Germany, somebody in Chicago, somebody in New York has.
He says using this technology speeds up the recovery process, even making it possible to get people their prosthetics just hours after their first visit. I'll have more on how it all works, and we'll hear from the patient receiving this a little later at 6. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Drea.
Hi guys, let me tell you a bit about quantum. So they make if you lose a limb, you can get a prosthetic here at Quantum Prosthetics. And it's a very big company, and it's very good. 3D printer that prints all the prosthetics. Give joy to the world.
Loudly repeat it. Good. Fantastic, me.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP's talk show, which reaches 42 million households, including 2 million across North America. It's usually said adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Today in this episode of Dr. VGP talk show, you're going to meet a unique personality who is making people's lives happier and breaking records by his distinct profession of prosthetics. Meet the dashing, debonair, dynamic prosthetic professional Vikram Chowdhary. Vikram, it's lovely to have you on Dr. VGP talk show and on our podcast. We welcome you today.
Thank you so much.
Much. I from the moment I met you, I admire your sense of dressing, your very passionate outlook in life, and your hairstyle, by the way.
Thank you so much.
You are a unique personality, I would say, from head to toe.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Tell us about your early childhood. You have a very interesting childhood, and your education, and what brought you to this field of prosthetics?
So I grew up in a very small town in Jammu and Kashmir, where my dad was the only doctor in the whole town. So whenever we would have any trauma, I would have to open the doors for these patients.
Your dad was a physician?
He was a physician. In a very small town, I think the population would be a few thousand people. So everybody knew everybody, and I would be the one who would open the hospital doors and the operation theater doors for people with trauma, injuries, electric burns, and even amputations. And also coming from a state which is fully trodden by the terrorism.
Which year was this?
This was in early 80s.
Okay.
Early 80s. So Kashmir was having a lot of terrorism issues, a lot of landmine blasts, a lot of people losing their limbs because of the amputations. So that's where somewhere it ignited the desire to be in a field that makes a difference in people's lives.
So you were seeing at first hand in Jammu and Kashmir, people losing their limbs, coming to your father's hospital for surgery during the terrorist attacks in the early 80s, and that moved you to get interested in this field of prosthetics.
True.
Very interesting. You know, born in Jammu, I think you speak Punjabi at home, so your fathers must have originated from Pakistan.
They were from Pakistan, yes.
And then you were educated in Bombay. So tell us.
So right after finishing my, I was in pre-med school, I've learned about the field of prosthetics, and it was the only biggest institute in Southeast Asia is in Bombay. It's called All India Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehab. So I went there, really loved the system. The technology was old, but what attracted me to the whole sphere of the and the dynamic of the field was instant gratification and difference you make in people's lives. So that's where the journey began.
So you have your bachelor's degree from the
All India Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehab
in Bombay, and then you went on to do your master's in public health and hygiene in Delhi, the Institute of Public Health.
And then I went to Australia. I worked in a hospital there where we were seeing a lot of orthopedic cases of amputations and orthotics along with prosthetics.
And then you got your board certification in prosthetics in America.
Yes.
And you did your internship also here.
Yes, yes.
Wow. You know, and today he is the proud owner, CEO of Quantum Prosthetics, Quantum Technologies, with 4 offices in Justice, Illinois, in Rockford, Illinois, in Munster, Indiana, and in Las Vegas.
Yeah. In Vegas, we have 3 locations actually. So it's Henderson, Nevada, Las Vegas, and there's a small town called Pahrump. So it's an upcoming thing now.
Well, friends, born to win, the X factor you see in Vikram Chowdhary is his self-belief. And with his feet firmly on the ground, today Vikram Chowdhary has set his sights on the stars. So tell us about your operations. What does quantum technology do in the field of prosthetics?
We embrace the technology, whatever is the latest technology out there. We have embraced that from the get-go to the max possible extent, where we try to get the patients the best possible devices. Also, we have started incorporating 3D printing in our technology. So that has brought a lot of patients from overseas to us to come and be seen for the prosthetic limbs. And people have flown in from Thailand, from Ukraine, from Macedonia, from Greece, just for getting their prosthetic devices. Yeah.
And how long does it take to make a limb, lower limb, or an upper limb?
So with the 3D technology, we've been able to fit the patients the same day.
Wow.
So they come in, if the limb is healed, we would scan the limb and the printer will do its job. And by the end of the day, they're walking on their 2 legs.
My God, and you fix it, you take the measurements and everything.
Everything is done, the same
And
day.
they get used to it also.
Yep. So we will train them, actually right here is where we have the parallel bars, and we get the patients walk in these bars looking at this beautiful lady.
So quantum technologies, you have it motivate, empower, and achieve.
Yeah.
How would that relate to your everyday practice?
So that's where it started, thinking of a name, which was MEA, motivate patients to actually move forward. Empower is just giving them the tools, which is their limbs, to be able to walk and then achieve the goals that they want to achieve, not just in the sphere of prosthetics, but also in their day-to-day life. So the whole idea is to make them complete.
So Vikram, here in Justice, Illinois, in your prosthetic practice, you actually have the manufacturing, the machines required to make the limbs. The patients come in with an order, you take the measurements, you set them, and they go out walking. All can be done in the same day?
It can be done the same day, yeah.
Wow, it's incredible today. Well, you're sitting next to a quantum robot. Today, tell me what is all that about?
So this is little robot that needs a little bit of training. We'll be using it for greeting the patients and answering a lot of questions that patients may have. So this little gadget will answer the questions that patients may have in future.
Very interesting. So you're getting ready for the artificial intelligence revolution. Yes. Now, how do you think artificial intelligence, is it going to add to your prosthetic business, or it's going to, how will that influence this industry?
It's going to be very intuitive. It will help resolve a lot of issues where they're designing the intuitiveness of what future would be. And also helping with a lot of paperwork, keeping trail of the sizes, the wound care, and also making the whole process more automated, where it will probably become more simpler. And I think we should grasp that technology sooner than later.
So is there any price constraints if somebody is coming to get a lower limb fixed? Is there different classes? You can get a higher class, better quality. You can get a regular class, the quality.
So I would say mostly the cost would be decided based on the patient's capability to use the prosthesis. So somebody may have endless amount of resources, but they're not capable of using the technology.
Could you define the statement? What is capable of using the prosthesis?
So not everybody can use the higher technology equally as good. So if I put something way advanced on somebody who's not able to navigate day-to-day activities, that wouldn't be relevant to the patient. So we'll try to get them what is appropriate for their physical strength and their functional level.
Great. Now, does the current payer of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid, cover most of this?
Most of the times, they do part of it. But a lot of times we get a pushback from the insurances, and it's a battle we have to fight all the time.
So what would you say, what is an average cost of a lower limb, for a basic limb and an advanced limb?
It could go anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. Wow. Depending, the components are really expensive. It's a lot of microprocessor technology, where the prosthetic lower limbs, the knee joint and the ankle, it's literally like thinking for you. So when you're about to stumble or fall, it catches you. So saves you from falling and keeps your gait more stable when you're walking.
So the patients which you serve currently, are they mostly accident victims, people from, what are the variety of?
Mostly we have people, especially in US, is trauma is one, and the vascular issues is the second one.
Vascular. So could you enlighten us more about the vascular issues and how they can be prevented?
Yeah, so it starts with, a lot of times it starts with peripheral vascular diseases where they have a clot. People's normal day-to-day healthy activities they need to focus on, and diabetes is also one of the causes which results in the vascular issues. So lack of blood flow to the right organs would cause either amputation, start with the amputation of toes and then go up higher.
So I don't know if you're aware, Congressman Jonathan Jackson is introducing a congressional bill, Amputee Reduction Act, ARA, to make sure that, especially like you said, the peripheral artery disease and diabetes complications are treated and caught on earlier, and to prevent amputations and unnecessary amputations which are going on in this country as well as, I'm sure, across the world.
All over the world, yeah. And the thing is, the amputations, it shouldn't be the first choice.
Correct.
And usually I've seen in a lot of occasions where due to lack of, I would say, empathy, where they would go for amputation rather than trying to salvage the limb. So the first focus should be to save whatever we can save. And even if you have to amputate, look at the best position or the level of amputation. Because one limb is harder to navigate with versus the other. So somebody's above the knee, it'll be way harder for them to navigate normal day-to-day activities than somebody who's at the ankle or below the knee.
That's very interesting. Now, there's quantum technologies also provide service to the patients who get these prosthetics. So if they have difficulty in putting it on, and do they have to take it out in the night?
So limbs are like, I would say, classify them as your clothes. You put them on first thing when you get out, keep them on all day, take it off at night. So we train them how to use that technology. And just to have that alertness of how to use the signals, especially when we are using the microprocessor and myoelectric prosthetics. So it's really important for them to learn the whole technique and also learn how to use it once they get them.
How long does that take?
It varies from person to person.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
The learning capacity and
Exactly,
how serious they are to understand and learn the thing. Now, do you do, I was told of stories by one of the physicians who asked me to put you on the show that you go beyond the mile. Even if it's a Sunday evening, if you get a call from a patient who's having problem fixing his prosthetics or taking it off, you would go personally and attend to it at home service. So tell us about the services of such kind which quantum technology offers to your patients.
So for patients who cannot make it to our offices, and we understand that it's very difficult for somebody who's had amputation, especially with bilateral amputations, or they have issues with their insurance giving them right to the office, we would go and provide them services at home. We also work with the patients who don't have insurances, or the insurances have denied them getting something. We don't wait for the whole insurance authorization. So if I get a patient, we get the process started right away rather than waiting for the insurance authorization to come through. And that takes away that timeline. We can start training the patient. And God willing, we'll get the approval. If we don't, we'll still work with the patient.
Great. So could you just explain this prosthetic for our viewers, how you fixed it, how it goes, and what it is? And
yeah, it's so this one is 3D printed socket.
Okay.
So this one is printed in one of our 3D printers, and within few hours of us scanning the patient, we are able to create this result.
Wow.
The foot is just a basic carbon foot, and it will help the patient.
When you say carbon foot, what is it? It's made out of?
Inside this rubber casing, there is a carbon fiber plate.
Okay.
That's what you see in a lot of movies and TV. You would have seen the Blade Runners.
Right.
That carbon is inside these feet.
Okay.
So unlike what we know Jaipur foot was,
yes,
which was not conserving much energy, these feet try to save as much energy as possible when the patients are walking.
Oh, great. So when they put a prosthetic on, the patient has to be more cautious. What is the emotions? What is the thing which goes on with them? It's just like carrying a luggage shoulder bag on the aircraft, or what is it?
Depends on the connection. This is the interface that the patients would have with their prosthetic limb.
And this interface is made out of plastic?
Plastic. Either plastic or carbon fiber.
Or carbon fiber. The foot is made of carbon fiber.
Yeah, the inside of the foot.
All this is done in a machine, the 3D machine.
Yeah. So this is done in 3D machine. Rest of it, the components come separate.
Okay.
So this could be a microprocessor foot, like that one is right there.
Okay.
And I could.
Yeah, I could just take our viewers through the. Yeah.
So this one is a microprocessor foot. You see how heavy it is. And I explain it to patients like this is like motorcycle.
Okay.
You have a bicycle that's that foot, which is pretty light, but you have to do all the work. With the motorcycle, the foot does a lot of work for you. So I'm sure this one is out of battery, but the ankle would move.
Oh.
When the patient goes through the swing phase, the ankle moves up, and also when they're going downhill, the foot will slope downwards.
Oh,
so it prevents them from being pushed forward or backward.
And just say they have a below knee surgery or above knee on the hump, that just goes in there and fits them like that?
Yeah, there's a sleeve that goes on the skin. It's like a rubber sleeve. It has a latch. It goes and gets connected right inside this
Okay.
cover.
And so and then they have to practice for some time.
They have to practice
get the feel of it.
To release it. They press this button and the leg will come out. There's some. They have to practice. They have to do their gait training, their physical therapy. All those are important aspects.
Okay.
And also use it. I get the patients to bring their, say, shoes or outfit they would use at work.
Oh, so on this they can wear a pair of shoes.
That's
too.
where the shoes go. Yeah, exactly.
And they can.
So somebody who works in an industry, they may need their steel-toed boots to be worn. So we'll make sure that this technology works with those kind of outfit or work gear.
And with the prosthetic lower limb, they could also play tennis and games.
Yes, we have patients who play like tennis, baseball, soccer even, so martial arts. So we have patients who do
My
that.
father-in-law in India was a diabetic, and his leg was amputated, and he had a prosthetic lower limb, and he used to go and play tennis.
Oh, perfect. See,
In
that's
India.
a good example, yeah. And if you see a lot of people in our countries, they're way more resilient to adversities, where people give up hope very easy. Out there, everything is a blessing. You can put a peg leg on somebody who comes from downtrodden areas, and they would have the thankfulness of that little device way more than what we take for granted here.
It's such an interesting industry
It
which
is,
you're
it is,
in.
it is.
What sets apart? I mean, there are several, I'm sure, other prosthetic outfits like quantum technologies. What sets apart quantum technologies? Because several people, after watching the VGP podcast, have called me and said, you must go and check this guy out, Vikram Chowdhary, and see his prosthetics, the difference. Especially, I think, when you did a fashion show, first of its kind, people told me, where you had your alumni, may I call the quantum technology alumni, or the patients who you fitted these prosthetics, which made a big difference in their lives, and they were walking the ramp. And you were moderating it.
Yes.
And somebody sent me a video clip to our office, and a doctor called me, and then we got our executive team to come in, and here we are at Justice, Illinois, and having you on our show. And it's incredible. I know that you're going to perform again in the Indian American Medical Association's 44th annual gala on December 7th at the
on the stage, on the main stage. That would be a blessing. Yeah, that would be
with all your alumni and your prosthetic patients who are using the models. So tell me, what sets apart quantum technologies?
So I had this motto in mind, like we want to create prosthetics with hearts, limbs with hearts. So it shouldn't be just a device. It should have that connection with the patients. And that's what sets us apart, is like having one-on-one relation with each patient, knowing their family backgrounds, working with them throughout their daily navigations. And also, we don't stop at where getting the limb to the patient is stopped at. We would follow through pretty well. And also with the care, we have gained all these patients coming in from different countries, which they could have seen anybody out there in their countries. So.
You said it very well, Vikram, limbs with heart. And I think that's what sets apart quantum technologies. The feedback which I got from our viewers and the physicians who have asked me to interview you and put you on my podcast today was that you are a person with a difference, full of passion, empathy, and hope. Now, what is your goal? A young man bubbling with energy. You're making a difference in the people who need the most, and you're providing the solution at cost. And I'm told today you're going into another phase. For those who can't afford the cost of the limbs, you're setting up a not-for-profit.
It's already been set up.
Okay, so what is the name, and tell us how people can help you in this journey to your next phase.
We have this non-for-profit organization called Prosthetic Foundation of America. And we wanted to name it Prosthetic Foundation of America because a lot of people in this country are traveling overseas to help patients out. But the charity begins at home. So we wanted the same resources to be diverted to the local people, including the veterans or patients who don't have resources to get those limbs, people who are immigrants and they don't have insurances. So we should be able to help those patients out with the funds created through this organization.
So Vikram Chowdhary has today created a not-for-profit charter called Prosthetics Foundation of America. With his 7 centers across North America, he has also set up this not-for-profit foundation, which gives each and every one of us an opportunity to participate and be part of this journey. How can you be a part of the journey? All of you all have heard of the famous Jaipur leg, and that became famous because it was a not-for-profit venture. And there are lots of people in America today who may need an amputee, who may need a limb, but cannot afford it. There are people like Vikram said, the veterans, and also because they may not have the knowledge that it's possible today to get a limb. So here is an opportunity for everybody to participate. You can sponsor one limb, X number of limbs. You can sponsor the Prosthetic Foundation of America. Call them out to your gala events where Vikram or his video could run, and people all across the country can be part of this very progressive journey which will make a difference in human lives. It's a wonderful goal that what you have done. And quantum technologies, as you just heard from its founder and CEO, Vikram Chowdhary, it's not a corporate business entity. It's a solution for people who are suffering, a solution with a heart, with a lot of empathy, with feelings. And he proves it by going beyond what one has to go. If somebody needs some service any time of the day, even on a weekend, he himself, if his techs cannot go there, go and take care of it. And I think I want to salute you, Vikram, for that philosophy, because today in this rat race for the world, everybody is about business. All are trading. They want to talk about how they can double their capital and how they can enlarge their profits. But I think we have lost in this rat race. We have lost the human touch.
Yeah.
I see even in the healthcare field, even in the hospitals and the clinics and day-to-day, it used to be there 15, 20 years ago, no longer. Everybody is about seeing how many cases they can do, how many surgeries can they do, how many prosthetic limbs can I fit, how many profiles can we do. I mean, everything is quantum.
Exactly. It's everything has got a number to it, that the more quantity rather than the quality.
Correct.
So that's where we can make a difference, and we should be able to make a difference. And again, we can have people from all over the world help support us to fulfill these goals. And the good result about the foundation would be that you would see exactly where your funds are going. You would have these patients walk in front of you, those you donated your funds to.
Yeah. I have a request from Africa for the Prosthetic Foundation of America CEO. There's quite a few of them who can't afford in Nigeria, Ghana, Somalia, Ethiopia, and other countries, and they wanted to know, would Prosthetic Foundation of America lend them a helping hand in fixing, getting them a prosthetic limb if they can get the patient across with their cost. It'll be like a joint venture. Are you open to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So could you enlighten our viewers more about what you'd like to do overseas with the foundation?
So we have to first of all identify the right patients. We can do a video consult with them to see how capable they would be to use the technology. If we can help the local resources in those countries with whatever technology is needed, we could supply that from US. If they can get the patient over to US if needed, we can help them with the prosthetic limbs here in the US.
Great. I'm sure most of you all would like to meet the man behind Vikram Chowdhary. We have called him as with this unique style outlook. You heard about his business side of him. You heard about his passionate, what his life's goals are in helping the unfortunate and the hope for the suffering through providing them prosthetic limbs. But what is behind this young, restless, enthusiastic, and vibrant, ready-to-lead person? Let's find out. Now we come to this section, Vikram. We'll have you a quick 10 questions. We'd like quick 1 or 2 word answers.
Okay.
First question coming up is, what is your greatest fear?
Having a world without empathy.
Great. Wonderfully and so well said. What title would you give your autobiography if you're going to write one?
Dreams do come true.
Wow. My God, you're popping out answers. Dreams do come true. The greatest fear for Vikram Chowdhary is a world without empathy. What makes you cry?
Pain in others, human pain, animal pain, it's just the pain.
Very well said. He says that pain in others, human pain, animal pain will drive his emotional up. One quality you would wish to possess?
It's all about, like, you know, to be able to at few places at the same time.
Don't we all want to do that?
Exactly.
But of course, with Elon Musk and you're having his US to India in less than an hour, the jet, anything is possible.
Anything is possible, yeah.
You're right. How would you describe yourself, Vikram, in 3 words?
Artistic, creative, and fun.
Good. So Vikram Chowdhary describes himself in 3 words as artistic, creative, and a fun-loving person. If you're given a chance, Vikram, to take 3 people out for dinner from the present or past, who would those 3 people be?
First would be Mother Teresa.
Okay.
Second would be Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, great.
And third one would be you.
Thank you so much. Vikram Chowdhary says 3 people he would like to take out for dinner or lunch would be Mother Teresa, Amitabh Bachchan, and yours truly. Vikram, what is this one cause would you want to fight for?
Human inequality.
Great. So one of the challenges which Vikram would like to set right in today's world is human inequality. Very well said. Now, where would you see yourself in 5 years from now?
5 years from now, we would have a count of endless number of patients being helped out with the foundation, with quantum clinics, and also be known in the world that, you know, if you need something, they can come to us.
Great. What is your ultimate goal in life?
Ultimate goal, life is short, make it impactful.
Great. Very well said. Now, the biggest lesson, Vikram, you have learned so far from life?
Again, I keep saying that, like, you know, you came with nothing, you go with nothing. So leave everything and beyond here on this planet with others.
Could you repeat that again one more time for our viewers?
So it's, you came with nothing, you'll go with nothing. So leave whatever you can and beyond for the people here on this planet.
You know, looking at your elegant dressing with your brooch and your lovely red shoes, the style icon, of course, how would you rate your appearance?
1.
Good. 1 being the highest?
Yeah.
Good. Do you have anything special to talk about your hairstyle?
No.
How did it evolve?
Oh, I've had long hair since my childhood, actually, since my 10th grade. And one time I had cut my hair and my dad got so mad. He's like, you know, why did you cut your hair? I'm like, that's a good indication.
Yes, absolutely. You see, here you met a man, Vikram Chowdhary. You had a little insight about him in the Quick 10. And I think what best describes him and what he does today is pain you felt today is the strength you feel tomorrow. Vikram, it was great having you on our show this afternoon. We'd like you to give a parting message to our viewers.
This is a world filled with a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and also there's a lot of pain and a lot of sufferings. If you cannot help anybody with those, try not to be part of those negative things. And that's what is more important than anything else. Don't add up to the negativities. Make it positive, make it impactful, like I said earlier.
Great. Vikram Chowdhary's parting words is be positive and make this world a better place to live. And as we opened the show and we said, adversity carries some men to break and some others to break records, like Vikram Chowdhary. Thank you so much for coming on the Dr. VGP talk show and being on our podcast. And we'd love to hear more about you and the Prosthetic Foundation of America. Wishing you every success as you come milestone to milestone to make the prosthetic limbs available across the world to anyone needing it. Thank you so much.
Naperville, get ready to experience the perfect blend of taste and togetherness. This Sunday, December 8th, the Yellow Box Cafe reopens its doors to you. From yummy cappuccinos to our signature creamy yogurt smoothies, every sip tells a story. Don't miss our velvety pastries and the crowd favorite lemon zinger refreshers. Step in for the aroma, stay for the vibe. Join us this Sunday, and let's make every cup a moment worth sharing. Yellow Box Cafe, we're brewing conversations and connections.
Join us for the GSA Global Millets Expo on April 11th and 12th, 2025, hosted by Purdue University College of Agriculture Department of Food Sciences in collaboration with the Global Strategic Alliance, USA, and the Global Eye International Institute for Leadership, taking place at the Purdue University campus at West Lafayette, Indiana. This exciting event unites farmers, food producers, industry leaders, and innovators from the USA and India to celebrate and explore the incredible potential of millets, supergrain. Showcase your millet products, set up an exhibit booth, and connect with partners who share a vision for healthier, sustainable food solutions. Don't miss this opportunity to network, discover new markets, and gain valuable industry insights. Register now as a delegate to secure your spot and be part of this transformative event in sustainable agriculture. For more details, email us at gsaglobalmilletsexpo@gmail.com. See you there.